Okay. Um, First and foremost, I just want to say thank you, God. I gotta start saying that because one thing is for sure, I just refuse to let these bottom feeders leave the fantasy and these opportunists. Today it's been and yesterday was such a bad day in regard of like, I noticed when these perps are getting recognized and obviousness of how foul they are as human beings, they just want to fight this psyop. They want to present the psyop even more in this daring way, when in truth they're just coward trash, low life, nastiness. And when I see them in person, like I have a body cam and I go back to, it's like, this is this trash that wanted to present themselves, and then when in truth they're just a low life. They're just coward trash, doing the foulest things to the most vulnerable people, and wanting to present themselves in this disturbing way. They call me creepiness because I stare at this trash for the shit that they are. I look at them like the nastiness. I guess it creeped them out, but I look at them for the nothing they are. If I can't do anything to you, but you're gonna understand that I want to. You're gonna understand I see you for what you are. You're gonna see me. You're gonna notice that I'm gonna look at you for the trash that you are. If it creeps you out, that's good. It's funny. It makes me bring back to when I used to work for the company who put me in this program. And who did that? I remember there was this guy they ended up arresting because he was putting in cameras in locker rooms. And I noticed he was always weird. He was a bizarre. Everybody liked him in a sense, like he was kind of respected in the company. But I remember looking at him and just like staring at him before everything happened to him. And just staring at him, it's like something's off about this man. I just stared at him for some reason. It's just like he was so off. And I remember when he looked at me and he got a little creeped out. A few months later, finding out all along for years and years, he's been recording people in the locker room. And he had like this massive like foot fetish. And he was making people take pictures of co-workers' feet. So I guess I'm creeping out the trash. And by the way, this is the company that put me in this program. They let this person work there for years and years and years. And the only way, and they loved him too. He was loved there. The people who worked and to put me in this program loved the man that for years was putting in cameras in locker rooms. But because he fit the company culture, they didn't find all the sign that something is off about him. They completely neglected. He went to an outing, taking pictures. It's crazy to just now looking back. It's like, my gosh, like he would do all these things and nothing kind of made you feel weird. But obviously now when he got arrested for all these things, now everything makes sense. But he was giving sign that something was off about him. But me, fresh out of college, this young kind of black guy, just kind of, for me, it was just like trash. But it's okay. It's okay. I can't even look back. There's no point of going back into who put me in this program, because I'm in this program now and I know who put me in this program. But today the psyop is so disturbing. It's way more disturbing. This trash are manipulating my brain in these discreet, disgusting ways, and then use these psyops to try to gaslight me into letting them live their fantasy. They're the worst. I prefer the employee who put me in this program because they're transparent. What you see is what they are. They're not trying to play like this. No. They let you know we are this influenceable in the world, in the country, and you're there. You're put in this situation because we decided to put you in this situation. No need to pretend. Your life is destroyed because of us. I know who destroyed my life. Now today, I'm employed and things are working out in magical ways. I'm not trying to be cocky or even showing off that I'm a better person, a better worker, but things just worked out in perfect ways. So I was employed later on after becoming a target individual. I knew what it meant. I recognized these perps I call them perps because I knew when they hired me, they wanted to participate in what was happening to me. I recognized that because at that point I knew I was a target individual. I already made videos about being a target individual. I was in the target individual 2020 recognition video, awareness video, and I knew what was happening. And I kept looking for a job. I was searching for a job. And I realized that as I'm talking to people for the job, everybody is obviously aware that I'm a target individual and want to participate. I could have worked for any company. Well, not any company. There was multiple employer interested to employ me, but I could tell they wanted to employ me because I was a target individual. I could tell they wanted to participate and get whatever benefit. I ended up working for this company, and this company, you know, they're participating and they're very opportunist. And so all along I knew it's like, okay, I'm working here, but they're doing things to make sure that I no longer work, no longer work, but they're participating, destroying my sanity and my career and everything else. But at this point, what is the point to have a career if you don't have health, right? It doesn't even make sense. If you're destroying my health, then my career just doesn't matter. Because if I'm unhealthy, I cannot work. So it's just like, it makes no sense. It's like if I'm sick and my organs are failing, what career can I have? I can't even work because I'm too sick to work. So it's not even like, it doesn't even faze me anymore. It's like, oh, we're going to destroy. It's like, if you destroy my health, that's the most important thing. What's the point to have a career when you can't even be healthy enough to work? They use these clowns. I'm like, you guys are just clown. You're doing all this extra tricks just trying to negate reality. And the funny part is, today my health is really bad. It's hard to function sanity-wise because they manipulate my brain this degrading way. It's been validated they can manipulate the brain. You have the smartest, not even the smartest, I would say, people who are in the field where they see technology developing in every years in ways that's just not believable. And they want me to think that in the 50s they could do that, but today they can't. They're in a field where technological advancement is observed in every day. They work, they talk to clients that they can deal with, they can see how this advancement has gone. And you tell me that in the 60s, in the 50s, this is all they could have done with all this implication. But today in the 2000s, they couldn't do that. Because what, this psyop and the way you just make yourself look is be mad and all that. It's clear they have the tactic. They just participate in this gaslighting tactic to confuse and disorient you into accepting this manipulation. Grown men and women in a work with very, very advanced technology applicable for the field they're in, the vertical they're in. And I'm looking at them, it's like, yo, yeah. And I have this conversation. It's like, yeah, what's the most? It's like, and they'll tell me, it's like, yeah, we deal with a lot of developed advanced technology. It's like, yeah, I know. So you imagine what they could do today, now. So you want me to let you live your fantasy that I don't know that I'm being manipulated, when I can read a book written in 1969 with these implications? This is crazy. And so it's even more obvious that you guys are just like this gimmickiness, so theatrical. When you even involve in a work environment where you see how technology has advanced so much in such a short time period, because you work in a field where things changes in ways that actually change lives of people. So you think I'm going to let you play this gimmick where you see what they were doing in the 50s? With these monkeys and the men doing that, it's like, oh, we can control the emotion, the stimulation in the 50s, today. Oh, and by the way, I'm validated by others saying the same thing. Because today is even perceptions and the thought process, your thinking process, all that, it becomes obviously more granular. Because in the 50s, this raw if feelings of stimulation, sexual stimulation, oh, of course they could do that. So I see them becoming human clowns for the purpose of enjoying it and get out of all this opportunity. They love these things. You're going to watch a video about what they love. And they love to say that, I love it. And I believe that, of course you love it. Oh, one thing is for sure. These perps involving themselves in that they love it so much. And I understand why. There's no question about why what they love and why they would love it. I know they love it because they can control a human being. But they want to love this thing. For me, in my case, in this fashion where they somehow the one are protecting the community, protecting children and protecting women, avenging women, these disgusting fuckers. When the truth is, what they love is being involved in a program that can manipulate the brain. That's all horrible things to even the most vulnerable people. What they love is they involve in something that is torturing and killing women all around the world. Children are dying in this program because what they love, this technology, is applied on children and women. Women, children are having seizures, convulsions because they're getting hit with direct energy that we're getting hit with. They're dying slowly. Women are pushed to suicide. And then you have these perps try to act like we're this fierce fatale, and for me at least, the psyops is so disgusting. They act like they put like this avenging like women, and you should see how angry they make themselves be. Oh, we're doing that because we're daring. Trash ass. Nasty low life. Nasty trash. For all the women and children that have died, I will never let this low life even love what they're doing with creative fantasy of what this is. You're going to love it. I don't care what you love or don't love. But you're not going to love it making a reality that's concocted in such a retarded way for you to make yourself believe that you're not a piece of shit. And it's so funny. Today they tell me I'm going to be fired. I was like, I don't care. But the best part about it is they're doing this right now when I can clearly see that these people in my team right now, they're so incompetent. They make me look so good. And I'm not trying here to show off that I'm better than them in a sense of, it's just the team that I was put in, and they make it so obvious. I'm like, I don't even need to be agitated. I can just, it's so obvious. And you see people try to gaslight you at work. It's like, oh, you don't do nothing. It's like, okay, let them do these things. Watch. These things will take forever. Things will be all messed up. I am the glue. I'm the backbone of this team, and I'm dying. And it's funny, this perp, she just started working not too long ago, a year ago. Oh God, she's so bad. She comes in, she thinks she's like, oh yeah, and because she's not, I don't think people really like her. If I was not there, I don't think she'll be likable. If I was not there to be the target individual that everybody get together to push into insanity, I don't think they would like her. But she knows that. And she just involved herself in just like creating this false reality of this fear. She was like, you're such a retard. It's magical. You're so, and I'm not saying retard as like she's not smart. She has so much going on in her life that just, you can see that's the kind of person who truly can disassociate with reality. And they're hyping this person so disassociated with reality. I'd so see her from, like, she's so, oh God, you're not okay. Okay, I know that's an escape from reality. You're escaping from something. You need this escape. And doing that to me makes you feel better about you. But you're a clown. And you have a lot of things to work on. I can tell you're not okay. And it's fun to see this, like I do. Because she's supposed to be somebody higher than me. I'm like, oh my gosh, you see how much you're paying her for what? They chose the right person, I'm telling you. They chose the right person because that person makes me look so good. And it doesn't take so much. The standard is so low. And they truly are trying to praise her for the small things she does just because I'm there. People in her position do so much more in the different team. But because she's working with me and they try to make me look like I'm doing nothing and somebody else, the standard is so minuscule. That they're setting themselves for failure because like they destroy my life. My health is gone. I'm going to die if this continues this way. I'm not in good shape. But they have created a standard to be so minimal for somebody at her position that they even set themselves for failure. Because whatever they set themselves with this person there, that's not a good look. And the best part is there's people more competent than her in the same position, and even less position. But she's put in this position. She's a toxic human being, and they love the fact that she. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's a matter of fact. It's not even just her mental health state is not all the way there, and you know that. That's why she's flourishing in this. But all of this works out in a certain way, and they get so frustrated because they wanted to present themselves as this feminist, Me Too, time's up type of facade. So nasty. Because they knew all along there's a bunch of women dying. A bunch of women being destroyed. Bunch of them. Slowly dying. Women who've accomplished so much, destroyed life completely. Completely destroyed their life. They had so much going on in their life and everything. Accomplished women. Career women. But became a target individual and her life is destroyed. There's this one I just discovered. And it's a typical story. It really, it's the same stories, but different person. A woman, a black woman. There's a lot of black women. There are a lot of black women in this program being tortured, used as test subject. But there's a lot of white women. There's a lot of all kind of women. It's global. It's not specific to race. It's not specific to a gender. It's not even specific to an age. Whole family being destroyed. But this is happening here in New York. There's a lot of target individual here. This poor woman apparently went missing for the last 3 months. The last time I checked, but I just found out about her not too long ago. And same old story. All of a sudden her life got just changed. She started realizing things is happening to her health-wise. And realizing that they were gassing her apartments. But the way they tell me they do the same thing, and I'm not surprised. And I don't care. At this point, it's like, okay, my will to leave is not as strong, I guess, as others. Especially this woman. But this woman wanted to leave. It seems like she's strongly wanting to leave. It seems like if you want to last longer as a target individual, you're going to have to move around. Some women have even left their apartments, start living in hotels, become homeless when they have a home. Because like, if I stay in this apartment, if I stay in this house, I'm going to die. So the best way to survive is just to be mobile. Leave my car, change places, be around something else. And I do notice that there's a difference. When I go outside, the fresh air is much better than my apartment. I can feel like, I know my apartment, something is so bad. When I go outside, I can smell like the air is definitely healthier. There's something better. Like, I don't know if it's my lungs, but something's just like, it's just, I feel the health improving when I'm just outside. So I understand why this target individual decide to go outside and feel like, okay, outside is better, like it's better for me. Even though if I have a house and all that, this is better. So I'm going to live outside. I'm going to live in my car. Just for survival. Not because I can't afford to live in a house. I have a house. I have an apartment. But if I want to leave, if I want to stay alive, I got to be outside. I got to live in the car. So this woman, this poor woman, her name is Ella. She's actually living in New York City. I was looking at her. She was even on TV because she's a black woman who's working in the makeup industry. And then all of a sudden her life changes and things is destroyed in her life. Like gas, the gas is just like They're gassing her in, and she noticed her body just unhealthiness, heartbeat, all of that, just typical things that they just made her unhealthy. And she would start going to a hotel room. She noticed some weird behavior, people from the hotel just acting typical. She realized, okay, she's a target individual. She kept writing things like, oh, people are trying to kill me and this like that, and this. Notice the things that are happening to her, like she's being gang stalked and all that. This was a successful black woman, and by the way, this all started when she was already like a working woman, an accomplished working woman, black woman, working in the makeup industry. And I think she was going back to school for some kind of, I forgot what degree, for some kind of grad student, like at Princeton. She was accepted at Princeton for some kind of grad school, some kind of grad school thing at Princeton. Things were looking good. During a time period where she's supposed to be celebrated, all these horrible things happening to her. Life is destroyed. She's a target individual. She's losing everything she worked so hard for. Now, nothing new. Not the story of a target individual. But because I'm here in the city, these perps here are supposed to make me think that we're just this feminist group of fierce. They're in the same program that's destroying the life of women like her. They know what they're involved in. I don't let them escape that that's their money. It's our time. Time's up. Trash ass. For all the women you're destroying, you fucking low life. For all the destruction, you wanted to leave this fantasy? And they're like, yeah, you're gonna be shit. I'd rather be eating shit than do what you do. I'm gonna eat the reality of what you're involved in. You think you can be involved and love this? Involved in a program that's killing these women and children? And because you're involved in it changes what this is about? The horror? And they're like, we're gonna torture you more. It's like, I don't care how much you torture more than this woman or these children. Trash. You're involved in a program that tortures children and women. And you're disgusting. You deserve to die for what you're involved in. And on top of that, try to present yourself as this fierce, angry trash. How many lives have you involved in? How many lives you think this program has destroyed? I don't care. You're involved in a program that's destroying the life of children, of women. And you're going to present yourself in this fashion? You piece of low life. I don't give a fuck what you care about. But one thing is for sure, you're not going to be involved in a program like that and act like you're just like, oh yeah, we're avenging trash ass. You're just an opportunity involved in a program that kills even babies. I don't care about how they feel about themselves. I don't care about their self-esteem or their ego or whatever. I just don't. When they look at me, I'm like, what? You piece of fuck. Where's Ella? How many more women are dying in this program? Whole family are dying. I was in the office. This guy looked at me. He's like, oh, pay. And they tried to bring up now what your dad's like. Kids like, what? You're killing kids. Kids are convulsing in seizures. Torturing children, infants. And then they manipulate their brain, and that's how the gimmicks come. I was like, you see what they were doing to monkeys in the 50s? I know what this is about. This guy was looking at me, and I'm employed by these people that wants to make it look like this is something else. Listen, I am happy with what I'm getting paid because I don't live a life of anything. Like I live with, and I'm so low maintenance that this is okay for me. Matter of fact, these people are like, oh, you live so well. I was like, your lifestyle's gonna change. They're like, how much? You know, I was getting paid more when I was working for the people who put me in this program. In 2017, I was literally the amount of money. In 2017, not even the inflation or nothing, the amount, like in dollars, was more in 2017 than what I'm getting paid today, right? If you use if you apply the inflation of what I was getting paid in 2017, it'll be in a six figure today. I'm very far from being paid six figures. And you want to think that you're the one destroying my life? You should see how they walk with this confidence, like, yeah, you're gonna say. It's like, trash, you're nothing. You can't, you weren't even successful to make it look like you're the one who destroyed my life. Because there's no way that you, who paid me less today than what I was getting paid then, are the one who destroyed my life, when I know who destroyed my life. And they paid me more than what you're paying me in 2017. Literally in figure, like in actual, the amount. And you see this guy walking with this confidence like he's the one destroyed. It's like, I know who destroyed my life. You just jump in a bus, in the train, in the car ride that went that way to enjoy what you want. Then you want me to think that's you? You weren't even successful in making me look like you're the one who destroyed my life. Look at my pay stubs. Look at my W-2 of 2017 and look at the today. Okay, now apply inflation. Walking with confidence, you piece of shit. You're involved in a program that's like destroying the life of women who've done so much in their life, and then you're taught. That's why there was like this Black History Month thing going on at my job, and I couldn't participate in that. Never, for all these black women dying in this program. The life destroyed. I'm not going to join this group when they're involved in a program that's destroying so many women. Never. And I'm not saying in general Black History Month. At my employment currently, they are very like diverse and all that. I was like, and then they have special month for, obviously, for women, for black. Now, I would love to be participating. I want to be praising my black people. But I'm not going to be involved in this group because you are involved in a program now that is killing women. Black women. A lot of them. Even here in this city. So you want me to come in and join this when you... Never. I'm not going to stand with you. I'm going to stand with them. I want to be part of that. I want to be like, oh, I'm black. Yes, I'm proud of my race. Of being black. But I could never participate in this. Because you are involved in this. And you know what's happening to black people. White people. Oh, and you know why it's happening. Because they're using people, human beings, as test subjects. As guinea pigs to improve developing this technology that you can see why they need people. You're in the field where you see human beings are needed for the improvement of certain things. So you can only understand why they would want to use all kind of people. And what is the purpose of that? You know how things are developed in that sense very well. You know what's critical for the development. Now you hear this woman, Ella, who's all of a sudden disappeared. This black woman, she's not the only one. There's many black women. She's just the one who's been, I guess, a little bit more noise about her. Who this life is destroyed. You can see her video here in New York, talking to the fire department people, saying, you guys are all acting to cover up this thing. Talking to the cops in these ways. In New York, here in Manhattan. Then you have this psyop of fake work of just like anger. It can be shit. Fucking shit for all the women that died. That all the women that lost everything. They worked so hard. They have accomplished way more than you ever accomplished in your life. Everything destroyed. You know, for me as a person, I became a target individual very early on. Because fresh out of college, I started working for this company. I worked for the wrong company. So in my early 20s, they were already putting me in this thing. Because I started working with them in this place in the middle of nowhere of America. Working for a very, 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 very influenceable company. And the influence is growing. It's funny because these people is trying to negate that. The budget I used to deal with, in regard of like for working, is surreal. And this new person comes in, she tries to sound like, yeah, I used to work for... No. They used to give me the budget for just that specific channel of media. Not for all. That's the budget for that budget, for just that channel. A $250 million. In 2015. Do you understand? You see the amount they got to buy this whole pharma company in 1 year, twice more for just the channel media. That's what I was dealing with, where money is almost like not even real. What you think is like monopoly. You can't even, your brain, especially as a 20-year-old, you can't even comprehend the level of like the amount of money that just you couldn't even believe. It's like, this is real money. People are millions like it's nothing. So I know who destroyed my life, and today it's so hard yesterday, because what's happening is the more it's validated that these people are trash and low life, the more they try to present themselves as, they want to be like, no, we're just so radical, we are avenging trash. And the stories they come up with. Today, I'm going to show what they manipulate me. Today, the way they manipulate me is degrading. But it's so funny how they try to make me accepting of this manipulation. Listen, I'm not here to judge anybody's physique. I'm not here to body shame anybody. And should not even be somebody who can body shame anybody. Because look at me, my body is not something to right now. I've never been the most in shape person, but now is the worst. I'm dying, and I'm okay with that. We're all gonna die, but my body is looking skeleton-like. It's not. I don't even want to. I want to look at myself naked. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is bad. I look like I'm in some kind of like camp, like this, like Holocaust camp. Oh, like I'm like, I look at my pants. I don't even have my pants is just, it's not looking good. I still try to present myself in a way that's presentable, but man, I'm looking at the physique. It's like, man, I'm just like wasting away. So I'm not here to judge people's body, because I know my body ain't something to be showing off. But it's crazy how they try to reconstruct, because they do this nasty manipulation. Let me show you. As always, I'm going to show the manipulation, the disturbing, toward the little babies and even kids that they just try to mess with me, to try to make me think they're not kids. I take screenshot even in events, like, oh, that's a kid. They're just trying to play my brain to look at this kid in a sexual way. It's so degrading. But you gotta be strong. So obviously they have this obvious baby that is adorable little girl, like a 67-year-old baby. Nastiness, stimulation, give me sensation. This is just purely stimulation, emotion. Then it becomes a little bit more sophisticated, because now they try to play with my perception. That's when the technology becomes, this is obviously, I could tell, like, this is a kid that they want me to look at her butt in a sexual way. Her butt. She's like an 8-year-old. I was like, I can tell even from the look I'm seeing that this is a kid. It's like, this is a kid. You just try to make me look at this kid's butt in something that's sexual. That's where the sophistication comes, because they can play with this perception. They can fuck with you in this way. And then they try to make you feel guilty. I was like, this is a child. And before I start, because you don't see this, right? And you don't even like, you don't see the video. I was like, this is a child that you try to make me look at as an adult. I could tell. I played the video. And then you see this woman talking. They try to put in my brain, right? Try to make me think, oh, you see, that's her. It's like, I literally say that out loud before. It's like, this is a child that you want me to look at in a sexual way. I played the video. The first thing you see, it's a woman talk about this young lady, this young woman. And I was like, no, that was a kid. That's somebody. And they would try to play with my brain to make me think, oh, that's the woman. These perps have no shame. Like, to try to make me think that was not a child, so I can let that go in my brain that way. They're shit. They love to call me I was like, if I'm shit, I don't know what the hell you are. I don't know what you are. And it's getting worse, because at the office now, listen, to each his own. Just because it's not my cup of tea doesn't mean it's not somebody else. They have this like petite looking, they almost look like they're adult. They're like young adults working at the office. I don't want to even insult them. I don't even want to disrespect them in that fashion because I don't want to body shame them. But the way they like try to show is like, oh my gosh, yeah, you're such a pervert. Like, I'm not interested in you. Trust me, you're good. You're good. Matter of fact, they try to go in my brain and try to add some kind of like womanliness about them. They don't have. I go sit next to somebody who's working the same team. The next little weird blonde looking, I can hear it. Oh, I'm gonna dance with you. I want to dance with you. I was like, nobody wants to dance with you, nasty ass. Because I love the music. I'm black. This is not a racist, stereotypical, but people from, I guess, my culture. When we listen to music, we wanna move. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna dance with you. I was like, stupid. Like, yeah, dance. Yeah, you're such a good dancer, dance. And I'm like, it's just a retard. It's this little weird little fucking, and I don't, sorry for insulting. I'm not here to bite shit. This little petite, little weird, big head, nothing. Ugh. It's like, oh my god, yeah. And she's smiling like, I'm like, you're so not. It's not. Trust me, you're not it. I'm good. You're not my cup of tea. I should say. I don't want to be insulting, but you're very okay. It's crazy. When I saw standing up, I was like, oh Jesus. It's just like, oh God. Don't worry. You're good. You're very okay. Not 200 0, like, and I'm like, trust me, you're good. But to be like, and they know that this obviously, like, I mean, doesn't take. They know, but they still want to. Oh my gosh, yeah, I see. And they try to make me think of like adult content where there's like this petite, skinny, like. I'm like, oh Jesus, to make me accept this nasty. No, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm fine. Even this is bad. Like you are so okay. You are so okay. It's trash. Am I supposed to take a picture of you, make you see yourself? But targeting video, it's not been easy. But at the end of the day, like Ella said, God will prevail. However it ends with me, I don't care about my death. Death comes to all of us. This is the one thing I have in common with everybody here. But I don't want this trash to love what they love without loving the reality of what they're part of. I don't care if they feel good, bad, never. I don't care about that. They can love themselves even more. They can just truly love themselves, even though involved in this. I'm fine. But you're not going to make yourself create a fantasized reality where you're not in a program that's abusing, torturing women and children, killing them. Or where you're like, nah, that's abuse. Talk about me as a kid, a child in middle school, while you're involved in a program that's causing children to even have seizures, convulsing and all, blinding temporarily, sick of all sorts, tortured even sexually using this technology. Delusional fuckers. Told my targeting video, stay strong.